Hang on, Mr. Douglas. Yeah.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, as we dip our toes into an excerpt from Chapter 1 of Ingo Swann's Secrets of Power, Volume 1, the chapter entitled The Complex Labyrinth of Powerdom. And oh, what a twisty maze it is. This one I like in particular because Ingo makes no bones about why he's doing this. He's doing this, and you'll hear it in a moment, but he's doing it because what he sees and what he has seen and continued to see is that there was way too much perceived powerlessness in this world, and it's just not true. But for us to manage this maze and not languish within the labyrinth, we've got to set up our tool set as best we can. Batman's got to pack his utility belt tight, and Ingo provides 2 particular terms on our way to doing just that. This is the beginning of how we can begin to open our eyes, our minds, our hearts, our beings, and expand in a beneficial way. Without further ado, let's get to it. Excerpt from Chapter 1, Go Ingo, go! The reader deserves to know why I have decided to compile these volumes. That reason, simply put, is that there is too much powerlessness everywhere, not only within the realms of the official powerless, but even among the powerful, who often find themselves caught up in circumstances, trends, and affairs beyond their control, authority, or influence. This is exceedingly strange for a species exceedingly rich in powers of all kinds. Too much powerlessness, especially if artificially engineered by societal measures, really does equate to a profound waste of human potentials and even of human life itself. 2 necessary terms. As has often been pointed out by linguists and semanticists, topics can be discussed only by utilizing the nomenclature a language contains. Most languages contain a number of words that can be used to discuss power, but in the case of English, 2 important terms are missing, and which are important to the contexts of power everywhere. Depowerment. The first of these terms is depowerment, which is not found in dictionaries. Depower can be understood as the direct opposite of empower, a term that is found in dictionaries and which basically means to enable, to increase in power. Depower thus means to disable or to reduce from power, to deprive it of capacity or strength, to make incapable or ineffective, or to cut it back or down to negligible importance. Empowerment and depowerment are terms indicating active change of state processes of some kind, and so they should not be confused with powerful and powerless, which refer to states or static conditions. Grok. The second missing term is grok, coined by Robert A. Heinlein in his famous science fiction novel Stranger in a Strange Land, first published in 1969. This term refers to grasping or synthesizing the larger or overall meaning, nature, or essence of something via an apparent mixture of empathy, intuition, and sometimes telepathy. This activity does not necessarily imply a kind of extrasensory perception, but more refers to those cognizing abilities associated with the holistic and more speedy functions of the right hemisphere of the brain. Grokking is in contrast to understanding, the latter of which is usually achieved via the slower and more laborious linear functions of the left hemisphere. Grokking reveals the sum of the lined-up parts, which is not revealed by the parts themselves. All right, and I gotta say, I gotta really appreciate Ingo's breakdown, where he says it's not even in the realms only of the official powerless, but even among the perceived powerful themselves. Caught up in the, that has been set up beyond our individual ability to control, bring influence, or authority over. I also very much appreciated how he states that it's really weird that we as a species filled to the brim, overflowing with powers of all kinds, are within our society as a species express so much powerlessness. It's trippy. It's weird. It doesn't feel right or natural. It feels like the flow, the stream, has been dammed up at various points and ultimately equates to a massive waste. Now, these two necessary terms, yes, hold them top of mind as you take your steps through your day-to-day world. Depowerment, not to be mistaken with powerless. Depowerment is that change, that active change in state that seems to be imposed, but in such a secretized way that the word depower technically doesn't exist. And then grok, I very much enjoy because it is a kind of all-encompassing, hey, introduction. You've got a lot more power within you to grok a situation, far more capable than simple understanding or intellectual handling of an idea. Can you grok it deep inside? To me, it is akin to, but more encompassing than, do you resonate? Does this resonate within you? Can you grok this? Can you get this at all of the levels and tie it into that synthesis perceiving? And one could argue, take that grokking and do something with it. Even if it's simply, again, walking around your day-to-day with that heightened perception, that new frame of mind, where understanding all of a sudden becomes that much more involved, and which you are able to make better decisions and have better opportunities because of this grokking. Again, I really like it because it introduces that intuition factor that is innate within everyone. A tasty bowl of cereal to fuel you through your days. If you are so interested, I definitely recommend you check out ingoswann.com, ingoswann.com, to learn more about the man and his masterworks. Well, I hope your days are building that positive momentum, and we're grokking more and more about ourselves and our surroundings to recognize the depowerment and take on opportunities to empower ourselves and each other. And in due time, take the journey with me when the audiobook version of this book comes out. Have me in your ears as we find empowerment together. We can do it, fellow powerful humans. We can do it. And we're doing it. I'm reminded of that moment in Hook. You're doing it, Peter. You're doing it. And yeah, it's kind of like that. That moment when Peter Pan as an adult groks that happy thought, that sequence, that process within him, I think is an interesting example of a way of understanding, of grokking, what Ingo is discussing here. Good form! And thanks for hanging. I'll catch you on the next one. And how about this song? It's kind of fun, right?